Thank you, sir, for giving me 5-6 minutes for the presentation. I was thinking that I wouldn't get chance for this. Uh, the audience has become quite thin and we are at the closing session, so I'll wrap it up quite in a quick time. Since morning, a lot has been said regarding the smart cities mission, what we need to do, what we are going to do in future. But through this presentation, I want to highlight what we did in Swachh Iconic Place in last 2-3 years in Amritsar. Basically, Swachh Iconic Place is the government initiative, central government initiative. It was started in 2016 under Swachh Bharat mission by Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. In this, 100 places were selected which are iconic. By iconic, it means that the places which are significant in terms of history, culture, their religion, which are spiritually very significant, and which has got great heritage. So Amritsar was one of the places which was selected as Swachh Iconic Place, and various interventions were started at that time in 2016. In the first phase, 10 places were selected and Amritsar was one of them. Various stakeholders were involved in this initiative. The nodal agency, as I told, is Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. There are other partner ministries and sponsoring PSUs, state governments, local bodies, trust, management, all were involved in this mission. Apart from, this is the just informative slide that apart from Swachh Iconic Place, Amritsar is also part of Smart City, as we have discussed in length about this. Amritsar is also Amrut City, Amritsar is also Hriday City. Professor Balwinder Singh has talked about this Hriday thing in his question. Now, when this plan, Swachhta Action Plan was made, when this mission was started in 2016, the Swachhta Action Plan was made of Amritsar. It basically a 5-pronged approach was followed. First was the emphasis which was given on the cleaning of the public areas within temple and its wall. The Golden Temple is managed by the SGPC, so all those activities which are being done inside the temple, Golden Temple, they are being managed by the SGPC. Then the vicinity of the temple area, which is Galyara, and right now we have the Heritage Street over there. So enhancing the service delivery and standards, it was the main focus at that time. By enhancing the service delivery means that providing the public conveniences to them, providing public transport to them, or providing hassle-free environment to them. So, and the third point was the facilitating visitors' access and safe flows at the temple and city gateways. Then we need to have the mechanism to protect the temple's heritage. And the last point, which emphasis was given on the public education and the enforcement. The public education was also is also very important when we out to have any new initiative or new mission or when we out to introduce new technology. The public education is equally important, and also the enforcement part is also equally important. So in this Swachhta Action Plan, the proposed action plan has been implemented at 3 levels. First is the temple complex level, which I've already told that the temple is managed by SGPC. Still, we are in future we are going to have the biomethanation plant in the vicinity of the Langar Hall, which would provide the clean and green fuel to the Langar. Then the intervention was done at the Galyara level. At Galyara level, we had various bottlenecks. There were certain issues which I am going to discuss in the next coming slide. Then the action was also taken at the broader city level. the actual vision of this Swachhta, of this Swachh Iconic Place mission was, because the places which have been selected, these are those places where the lakhs of visitors, they come across these sites daily. Not only the national tourists, but also the foreign tourists also come to this place. So to enhance their visitors' experience, and so they have in their mind about the place, they have good memories about that place. That's why these places were selected. This I would skip this slide because of the paucity of the time. And these were the key challenges when we brought this mission. These were the key challenges. First was the existing stress on the basic services. The basic services which we need to provide to them, there was the mismatch between the supply and the demand. Then there was need to reduce the distance to the access public conveniences. Various toilets and other urinals were required around the temple area, in the vicinity of the temple, or around the Galyara area. Then there is requirement, then there were encroachments, there were ownership issues, and there was traffic congestion. So all those challenges were there, and it was required to be addressed. So as we all know about the Heritage Street, it was done purely by the Punjab government through its various stakeholders. The 106 crore project was implemented in 2016, which led to the beautification of the pathways, and it led to the installation of the Heritage Street lighting and other similar modalities. So we also, at that time, we also started with the daily mechanized sweeping. These are some of the pictures. And we started the footpath washing every week. We had 24/7 litter control teams. We have litter control bins placed at every 50 meter of this Galyara, which today is also known as the Heritage Street. So these are some of the pictures. As I also stressed upon, that having the public awareness and public education, we led so many Swachhta campaigns by which education to public was given. These are some of the pictures. I would skip on to the other slides. These are the litter control bins which are in place. You can see the difference between those sides. This was before our Swachhta action plan, and the picture to right is after we completely eliminated the garbage vulnerable point and placed disposable bins over there. So 170 commercial private buildings were completely renovated. It was entirely through the government, Punjab government project. Then beautification of walkway was done by installing various statues at various places around the Golden Temple and in the Heritage Street. Then beautification of walkway by installing entry gates and pedestals. You all have seen these in the reality, so these are just the pictures. So PET bottle crushing machines, we are talking of the smart city projects and other technological interventions. PET bottle crushing machines were installed at various locations around the Golden Temple. Then the 14 major roads which led to Golden Temple revitalization was done. They were completely revamped. So this is the present picture. If you can see how the Heritage Street, how the vicinity of Golden Temples looks like today. So this is the interesting picture that if I ask whether, though we are all from the administration which are present here, but if I ask from the person which has come from other city, what do you see? Then it seems to be some historical monument. But it is actually the public toilet, which is being managed by our PUDA. So apart from this city Galyara level, then we have interventions at the city broader level also. The inside of the temple is managed by SGPC. around the Galyara, around the Golden Temple, we have done quite the interventions, and at the city level also, broader city level also, which was also the plan to renovate or refurbish the other historical heritage structures other than Golden Temple also. Then we under Hriday scheme, we have taken these 6 gates, and renovation is almost complete of those 6 gates. These are some of the pictures. This is the Central Hall Rambagh gate. These are the comparative pictures before and after, now what it looks like now. Then the Golbagh was completely renovated under the Hriday scheme. These are then the Rambagh school, it was completely changed. UBDC Canal, Chali Khu, these are the projects which are still in the pipeline, and we are going to complete it soon by the end of next 2-3 months. Then this is the Corporation House, Chali Khu, which is, we are going to come up with the Corporation House there. These are some of the other pictures. DC building, we are completely renovating the DC building because of its historical and heritage significance. This is the upgradation of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Panorama. I would skip those through these slides. Now, because of all those interventions which we did in 2016 and in these last 2-3 years, I am quite delighted to say this thing. We have, for the 2nd consecutive year, we have won the best Swachh Iconic Place, Amritsar, in the entire country. This is in 2017 when Mr. Amit Kumar, then Commissioner Municipal Corporation, received the award for Best Swachh Iconic Place. Now in last month, 2019, Mr. Harbir Singh, then Commissioner Municipal Corporation, he received the award for one of the best Swachh Iconic Place in India. So having said that all these things, now what is the outcome? What is the outcome of what we did in last 2-3 years? I tried to collect data from the District Tourist Officer Amritsar, and also from the Amritsar Airport Office. So I have taken the data. If you see that in 2015-16, which is the year preceding to when these initiatives were taken, and if we see the present picture. So in 2015-16, there were only 2,700 odd flights, international flights, which has now risen to 5,300, almost 5,300. There is almost increase of 100%. If we see the domestic flight, it was 7,404, and now it is around 12,865. So overall, in 2015-16, the total flights were 10,000, which has now risen to 18,000, almost 80% increase in the aircraft movement. So this is the data which I have collected from District Tourist Officer. So if we see in 2015, around 1.67 crore domestic people and 2 lakh foreigners, they were coming to Amritsar. But if we see the data, if we see the 2018 data, now the foreign tourists which were coming in Amritsar in 2015 was 2,02,000, around 2 lakhs. Now it has risen to 10 lakhs. There is almost increase of 500%. And if we talk of the total tourists, it was around 1.69 crores, which has now risen to 2.69 crore. There is almost an increase of 75 to 80%. So, Secretary Ma'am was saying that with technological interventions, improvements do happen, and this is the practical scenario where we can see that we did some technological interventions, we did some sustainable urban development, we changed the perception of the people, and we brought in some methodological interventions, and you can see the result that there is exponential increase in the number of visitors. Visitors now, they earlier used to have only 1 day itinerary over here. Now they are coming with 2-3 days because there is so much in the kitty to see in Amritsar. Apart from the Golden Temple, there are other heritage structures, there are other monuments which visitors see. So basically I am going to end this session because I have this last presentation on a happy note that with all these urban development initiatives, with all these methodological interventions, we can improve the life of people now, as you can see. But still, as Deputy Commissioner Faridkot in the morning told about the Jivan's paradox. So I would also like, because with these interventions also, these are not going to be sufficient in the next few years, in next few months, because right now the same problem of congestion, same problem of encroachments, they are in place in this heritage street. But we, under the able guidance of our Mayor Saab, Commissioner Ma'am, DC Saab, we are continuously striving to make the lives of people and lives of visitors better. Thank you.